What's up, Courtney? Doing fantastic. Hey, you're so polite. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Michelle. How you doing, sweetie? Good. Good. It's good to hear your voice again. Jeez. I think, you know what? Whenever you move away from your family is when you love them the most. So I figured it would give you a few days so you started loving us again, right? Yeah. I know you've been busy and everything. Hey, welcome, Tammy. How are you? Doing fantastic. All right. Do we have any new supervisors? I know Brandon's brand new supervisor, first supervisor focus group video conference. Congratulations. You guys give it up for Brandon. Try that again. You guys give it up for Brandon. Can you guys hear? Well, that's better. Thank you. Thank you. I know a lot of y'all might be on mute. Okay. Y'all welcome to the call. Say your name and city as you call in. Carrington from Denton, I've heard of you. Is that International Millionaire Team Member Carrington? Oh my goodness. Everybody welcome Carrington to the focus group. That's better. Y'all hear Michelle's enthusiasm? That's the kind of enthusiasm I want to hear from everybody. You understand? That's 30,000 personal volume points a month or more enthusiasm right there, isn't it, Michelle? Hey, Andrea, welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. Hey, just so y'all know, it's Claudia Rios. How you doing, Claudia? Welcome to the call. All right. So what y'all want to do right now, if you're watching online and you're listening to your computer online, then you want to mute your phone so we don't hear the computer, because there's a 30-second delay from what you're seeing live on your computer. So y'all got to figure that deal out. Of course, we're going to be on the phone too, so we can interact here for the first couple of minutes. But then you guys can switch to your computers and watch live. Hopefully all of y'all are watching live so you can get the full effect. Monica, that would be a good idea if I invited you, right? Y'all want me to invite Monica? Let's take a vote. Okay. Michelle, are you near your thing too? I can invite you too. Kind of. No, if you don't want to, if it's short notice, that's fine. You just let me know. Or if you need 10 minutes, I can invite you in 10 minutes for effect. Oh, I got you. Okay, no problem. No problem. Okay, Monica, I invited you. Okay, guys, so a couple of house cleaning things, and then we'll get started. Here comes Monica. So we're on the phone and we're on the computer. Now, y'all pay attention. The computer is delayed by 30 seconds, so whatever I'm saying right now, if you're watching on the computer, you'll hear it 30 seconds or see it 30 seconds from now. So we're going to be on the phone here for the first couple minutes just to be interactive, and then y'all can switch directly to the computer. But see, y'all are hearing me right now, and twice is too much. So y'all want to mute your phones if you're watching on the computer, or either mute your computer right now. That'd probably be a good idea. Just mute your computer so we don't hear that coming through your speakers, and then unmute your computer, and y'all can watch live when we go right to the deal, because that way you can have a little bit more of the full effect from the thing. Is there anybody that is not online, watching online? Say me, and I can tell you where to go. Is everybody online? Is everybody online? Say me. Okay, okay. Okay, how many people, you guys that are on your phones, come unmuted for a minute. How many people are on the focus group? I want to hear some enthusiasm. Let's go. Okay, that's better. That's better. You guys got to keep in mind whether you go to an STS, whether you go to the gym, whether you come home and you meet your wife or you meet your husband. It's all about enthusiasm, right? We want to be meted. We want to be greeted with enthusiasm, and the speakers are always they're only as good as their audience, is the energy that they get back from their audience. So you guys keep that in mind. So again, a couple of house cleaning things. If you are not online, pay attention, because you want to be online. You want to be on watching this on video, not just on the phone. This is a supervisor focus group video conference live for the entire organization across the nation. If you have any new supervisors or existing supervisors, all of your supervisors should be on this webcast. No excuses. So I'm going to give you the website, and I'll give you one last chance to text your people, private message your people, or whatever. The website is nclnetworklive.com, nclnetworklive.com, and you'll click on the tab at the top. This says May SVFG, which is Supervisor Focus Group. May Supervisor Focus Group, and the password is Supervisor lowercase. Any questions on that? Are you guys clear? Clear?
Clear.
Everybody clear? Thank you. Thank you. So, first of all, if you're online, can you see me? Are we online? Can everybody see me? Can you see my big muscles? Okay, good. How can you see my big muscles? I'm wearing a coat. That was a trick question. I'm wearing a jacket. So anyway, I just got out of the gym. Me and Monica just got out of the gym. You guys want to mute your cell phones. We're getting a lot of background noise. Then we're going to go straight to the computer here. Okay, that's not working. I'm going to mute you guys in a minute. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is congratulate all the brand new supervisors that have joined us. Okay, so you guys give it up for all the new supervisors, all of y'all. Okay, very good, very good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mute all of you guys out on the phone here, and then I'm going to take my headset off. I'm still going to leave my headset down there just in case there's two people that aren't viewing it online. That way you can still hear the audio on the phone, but now y'all can switch from your phone and watch directly from the laptop computer. So turn your volume up on your computer, and here we go. Y'all ready? Say I'm ready. If you're ready, say I'm ready. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let me take these things off, and I'm just going to put it right down there in case there's people that are listening live. So again, me and Monica, we just got back from the gym, and I know Christine just got back from the gym working on her fitness. Congratulations to you guys that are really taking that seriously and working on your fitness. You know, we've got less than 70. Okay, Monica, I can hear you right there. We've got less than 70. Okay, very good. Hold on just a minute. Let me turn mine down because I'm echoing here. Apologize, guys. Okay, there you go. You might want to mute yourself, Monica.
I have both of them muted.
Say again?
They're both muted.
You're not muted. Okay, anyway, you're not muted on the screen.
Oh,
so anyway, I've got mine turned down, so it's no problem. I was hearing you. But this is pretty cool. Oh, okay, you're muted now. Awesome, awesome. So wave to everybody, Monica. Yeah, there you are. Okay, so so anyway, we just got back from the gym. Everybody in the organization, I think we're less than 70 days from the extravaganza, right? The biggest event in the company's history. And, you know, we laid down the gauntlet last week on the kickoff call, which hopefully all of you guys were on and all of your team was on. If you missed the kickoff call, then it is online on ncltraining.com under our team training calls. So if you or anybody in your organization missed the kickoff call, first of all, you can't go back and change that, so no problem. But it is a problem if tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day you still haven't heard it or your downline still hasn't heard it. So the number one thing that you guys want to write in your notes, and make sure all y'all are taking notes, the number one thing that you want to write down is you know, plug into the system and use the system tools. We'll talk about more about the system and the system tools a little bit later in an official section. But you really want to use the tools, utilize the tools. You know, sometimes me and Monica and Bob joke around behind the scenes, and we're like, geez, we might actually start making some money if everybody starts, you know, using the tools, if everybody starts plugging in, you know, like consistently, the new people, the existing people, if they really plug in and follow this system methodically, we're going to make a lot of money. We're going to get rich quick or quicker. Let me put it that way. You know, so, but again, we'll get into some of the system stuff later on how to utilize the system, how to utilize the tools. The biggest thing that I want to do right now is I really want to extend a heartfelt welcome to the brand new supervisors, because this focus group is primarily for you. Okay, it's for you, for the new supervisors, to get you off to a fast start, to get you off on the fast track. We're going to give you some of the absolute fundamentals that can secure your financial future. That's what we're going to talk about on tonight's call. We are definitely going to talk about some stuff for the existing supervisors as well, at all levels, right? Because we're all supervisors. I mean, me and Monica, we're on the president's team, but we're still supervisors, right? We're just a different, higher level of supervisor, right? We're still at 50%. We still make maximum wholesale. We still make the royalties and the bonuses and all that good stuff. And so all supervisors make that. But the biggest thing is we want to really welcome all the brand new supervisors, because I remember, you know, when I first got started, and I mean, every time a new supervisor becomes a supervisor, it takes me back to when I became a supervisor, because it's so fresh in my memory. It takes me all the way back to 1985. And I know the same with Monica when she became a supervisor in 1997. Okay? So, you know, there's a few simple, basic, fundamental things that we all have to do in this business. The basics. Mark Hughes always taught the basics and the fundamentals. There's a few things that we have to do that we need to concentrate on. Jim Rohn calls it the half a dozen things that make the majority of the difference. So write that in your notes. It's about a half a dozen things that make the majority of the difference in your business, okay? Not 20, not 50, not 100, not 1,000 different things, right? If there was 1,000 things that made the difference in your business, then I wouldn't be successful in this business. So there's only about a half a dozen, okay? And that you need to get good at and that you need to continually pay attention to. And then all you got to do is, once you get good at them, is you just got to do them over and over and over again, repetitive, you know, day in, day out, day at a time, brick at a time, day at a time, brick at a time, day at a time, brick at a time, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And you just got to get good at doing the basics and the fundamentals, okay? And we're going to share with you some of that stuff. And if you do the basics and the fundamentals over and over and over and over again, and by the way, put this in your notes, and if you do it with a lot of passion and excitement, write those words down: passion, excitement, belief, right? Conviction, enthusiasm, dedication, right? You do it from a position of inspiration, being inspired by other people's stories, right? You know, we've got all the reasons in the world to be inspired. Enrique Carrillo just hit 50K royalties. That means he's got a 50,000 royalty point check, which is 1,000,000 volume points in his first 3 levels. Okay, the first 3 levels is what determines your, you know, your royalty points in the marketing plan and pushes you to the global expansion team, the millionaire team, the president's team, and beyond. That's your first 3 levels of royalties. Of course, we'll get paid to infinity with our bonuses, but the royalties is what determines our position, right? And it's just been 5 years, and Enrique's hit 1,000,000 volume points in his first 3 levels 3 months in a row. So he's 50K president's team, executive president's team now. He just got a president's team, and he's got another one qualifying right now, or I think that just qualified. So he's got 2 first-line president's team members. So if that doesn't inspire you in 5 years, you know, a guy that got started 5 years ago, the economy was in horrible shape. He was 22 years old, hair down all the way down to his waist. And if that doesn't inspire you, then I don't know what is, right? So we got to be inspired by the stories, okay? We got to be inspired by the stories, by what's going on inside of Herbalife, okay? So write this down in your notes, and then we're going to get into the heart of the training here, okay? Everything that you do in this business, new supervisors, existing supervisors, everything that you do starts with yourself, with you making up your mind, you know, with what you're going to do with your life. You got to make up your mind that I'm in, that I'm in, that I'm really in, right? I call it like, you know, some people are on the fence. They're just indecisive people by nature, indecisive. You know, it's a big deal just to figure out where they're going to go to dinner, you know, on the weekend. Can't decide, never can decide about anything. Can't make a decision, right? Being indecisive, right? Being indecisive, being on the fence about things, being on the fence and not being able to decide, it's a debilitating place to be. It'll bring you to your knees, you know. So in business and in life, you know, you got to weigh out the facts. You got to, the pros, the cons, weigh out everything, all the positives, negatives, whatever. And then at some point, you know, you got to assess and make a decision one way or another. You got to be 100% in. You got to, you know, I call it have all 10 toes in. You can't, it's like swimming. You can't just put 5 toes in the water and then you still got 5 toes out and you're always like, you know, not sure. You know, you got to be fully immersed in this business if you want to have success, okay? And that's with anything in life. You want to get better fitness, right? You want to, you know, live a healthy, clean lifestyle. You got to really be into it, fully immersed, mind, body, heart, soul. You know what I mean? And when you're in it, in your mind, in your body, in your heart, and in your soul, then you will not be denied. Nobody can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Okay? So make up your mind about what you're going to do with your life. You know, I believe that Herbalife finds those who need it the most. Okay? That's a big one. Herbalife finds those that need it the most. Certainly me and Monica needed it. No question about that. Right? We were very dissatisfied with our situation, you know, growing up. But quite honestly, we didn't know what we wanted to do with our life. Right? And luckily, you know, we both fell in love with the products and we fell in love with the business. We fell in love with helping people because we're investing life into life, right? We invest our time, our energy, our life into other people's lives. And then if you can see some positive movement, right? If you can see that person got inspired or they got, you know, infected, you know, in a positive way and it maybe changed the course of their life, that's something you can't put a price tag on. So this is a business that you can really get emotionally attached to, not just, you know, from a financial standpoint. Yes, it's a business and we all need to make money, but it's a very emotional business because it's about a connection that you have with other people, you know, inspiring people to do better, to become more in all areas in life, not just physically, you know, with the way that they look, with their health, but also mentally. You know, getting them believing more, thinking more, seeing more, all that good stuff, all that stuff that Mark Hughes did to us. So Herbalife is so much bigger than any of us individually, right? And so, you know, the first thing that y'all really need to do is understand that you are a part of something so much incredibly bigger than any of us individually. You know, Herbalife is I think it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, Herbalife is a very, very special company, right? You know, we've got more millionaires and more six-figure money earners than any company in the world, and it's not because we're great salespeople. It's because we have a special company. We have a special product that affects people in a special and magical way. We have a special business model that, you know, if you dedicate yourself, it's equal is as equal does. So if you dedicate yourself and you commit yourself, then you will get paid for the time and effort that you put in. You'll get paid accordingly, right? And so the bottom line is, you know, you got to have a very strong belief and excitement about the company, right? And by the way, this is something I've been teaching my guys for the last, you know, couple of months here, is you want to have a very strong sense of respect for what's been given to you. I mean, really respect it. Really respect the magnitude of what the company offers and what it represents in terms of, you know, personal health, personal wealth, lifestyle, freedom, flexibility, the chance to invest your life into other people's lives. You know, this is a company that changes lives, not just a few lives, but lots of lives. We've changed over 100 million people's lives on the products, countless people's lives, you know, in the business, okay? So I want y'all to have a tremendous amount of gratitude and respect for the company. And when you have gratitude and respect for something, then here's what's important. Get this in your notes. Then you won't take it for granted, right? You won't take it for granted. And one of the tragedies that I've seen over the years, because I've been in for 25 years, okay, been on the products for 29 years and 5 months. December was my 29th year on the product. Started when I was 19. I'll be 49 this summer, okay? And, you know, over the last 25 years, I've seen some people that have not taken Herbalife with the seriousness and the respect that it deserves. You see, sometimes it's a psychological thing because it only costs $57 and plus tax, right, to get started. So they treat it with a $57 mentality, right? And so you gotta like reprogram yourself, right? You got to, you know, change your mindset about that deal and kind of play a mental trick on yourself and, you know, act like that you just invested, you know, $250,000, right? Like, what if you invested $250,000 to open up a business? Would you show up every day? Would you give it everything you got? Would you be excited about it? Yeah. And you'd be excited about it, and you'd also be fearful at the same time because, you know, you got a lot of pressure on your shoulders because you took out a $250,000 loan, or you borrowed the money, or you spent the money yourself, invested the money yourself, whatever. So if you can treat Herbalife with a $250,000 investment type of attitude, or a $500,000 investment attitude, or a $1 or $2 million investment attitude instead of a $57 investment attitude, you know, then you'll have a lot more respect for it, okay? So don't let that trick you. Don't let that fool you just because it's so cheap, so inexpensive to get started. You have to put a tremendous value on the company for the opportunity that's been handed to you. You know what I mean? I mean, a $7.5 billion company, and that was last year. So when we say a $7.5 billion company, that was in 1 year. We've grown by more than $1 billion for the last 4 years in a row. We're up 13% this first quarter of this year over last quarter. In the U.S., we've signed up over 80,000 members in the first 90 days, first quarter of this year. It's just incredible. It just keeps going and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So again, I want y'all to have that mindset, have that respect and gratitude for what's been given you in the palm of your hands. Please do not take it for granted, okay? Treat it seriously. And if you treat your business seriously, if you treat anything seriously in life, you give it, even your garden, if you treat your garden seriously, you tend to the weeds, you know, you fertilize it, you water it, you take care of it, right? Keep the bugs away, stay on top of the deal, then you're going to have a beautiful garden, right? If you don't treat it with seriousness and you treat it with casualness, then, you know, you're not going to get very great results, okay? So I want y'all to have a lot of belief and excitement about where the company is now, where the company's headed in the future, you know, and by the way, Mark Hughes used to teach us this. You want to get this in your notes. And I was just going over this with some of our guys at a training that we had at our club last weekend. You know, if you want to be able to look into the future or predict the future, right, that'd be a good thing to be able to do, right? So if we want to predict the next 2 years or the next 5 years in Herbalife, so we can kind of get an idea, get a pulse on where, you know, you might be in the company, here's a good way to predict the future. is by looking at the past, right? So we look at the last 34 years, and that's a long time span. That goes all the way back to 1980. So it might be easier for some of y'all to grasp or some of y'all to comprehend if you just look at the last 5 years. Look at what's happened in the last 5 years. You see, 5 years ago, Garen Jones hadn't signed up yet, right? 5 years ago, Tim Files and Chris Bickerstaff and Craig Matthews, well, Craig Matthews hadn't even signed up yet, Mr. Oklahoma. He's only been signed up for 3.5 years, right? Chris and Tim signed up in 2008. So that was only 5 years ago, something like that, 5.5 years ago, right? During a recession, by the way, the worst recession since the Great Depression. They call it the Great Recession, right? Worst recession in our lifetimes. And we had people that signed up in that period of time when our economic status here in America and worldwide was in horrible shape, just horrible shape. And so, a lot of people got started during this period of time. Style Bell, Brian Holyfield, Enrique Carrillo, Danny and Graham Edwards just got started 7 years ago. I mean, come on. And these people have become superstars, rock stars, multi-millionaires. And guys, they're young. They're in their 20s. Chris and Tim just turned 30, 30-something, 31, something like that. So they're young and strong. It's the new breed. We got like Carrington, 20 years old, just qualified millionaire team. I didn't even qualify millionaire team until I was 32. And here, Carrington is millionaire team at 20. So things are happening faster today than ever before. And that should inspire you. And that should give you vision. And it should give you belief. And it should give you excitement. It should give you clarity. It should give you certainty about where we are now and where we're going a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Okay? That's how you predict the future, is by looking at the past. We learned this from Mark Hughes. So if you already know, if you got a sense of clarity and belief, right, about the future, the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, if you really believe in your heart and in your stomach, right, that in 5 years we'll be doing 15 and 16 and 17 billion a year. If you believe that, then you'll be excited today. You'll have passion today, because that's called vision, right? It's called belief. It's called vision. It's called, faith, all that stuff, because you can see it. You can taste it. You got to see it and believe it to the point where you can smell it, taste it, where it's really visual to you, right? Where it's going to happen. Guys, I got started in the company when we were doing $190 million a year. $190 million a year. We did $190 million last night. Not really last night, but pretty much in the last 2 or 3 days, we did $190 million. If you divide up 7.5 billion by 52 weeks in the year and then divide that down to 365 days, we're doing $190 million every couple, 2 or 3 or 4 days now, right? So you guys just got to have a real strong sense of direction about where we're going in the future here with the company. So if you got that sense of vision, clarity, belief, confidence, passion, right, about the future, and you got that sense of clarity and belief and certainty about yourself that you got a shot at this thing, because you do. Okay? Like, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. That's a very important thing for you guys to have. If they can do it, I can do it. If I just commit myself, right? If I just do some of these basics and fundamentals that they're teaching me, and I do it over and over and over, and I just keep doing the basics and the simple fundamentals over and over and over, and even when I get tired of doing the same old thing, I do it over and over and over again. If you keep doing that stuff, right, then guess what? You will have tremendous success. Tremendous success. We got people in the company that in 2 years that are up to $50,000 a month. Come on. That's not enough for you. Maybe that's too much for your capacity to believe that that can happen for you. But what I teach my guys is, hey, what if you only got 10% of it, right? Okay, so maybe you don't believe you can get to 50,000 in 2 years or 3 years a month. So what if you got to 5,000 a month in 2 years? especially some of the guys I'm working with, the 20, 21-year-olds. Hey, being 23 years old and making $5,000 a month is not a bad income. When I got started, I thought $5,000 a month was like Bill Gates rich. I thought $5,000 a month, we'd be set for life, right? So it's all about perspective, okay? But once you guys start, you can start seeing and believing that this is where we're going, and then you have a little sense of urgency about it, like it's going to happen anyway, so I might as well go get my slice of the pie. Then you're going to be much better off, because now you'll be grounded in belief. You'll be grounded with vision, with clarity, with certainty. And guys, nobody can stop you in any business when you're grounded in belief, clarity, certainty, vision, passion, enthusiasm, excitement, all that authentic stuff. You know what I mean? That is the building blocks to that. Monica, did you have anything on that before I move on to products? Go ahead and unmute. Right there. Oh, there you are.
Oh, no, I was just saying go ahead to your next section.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm going to put you on the spot. You got at least 30 seconds. You just can't say go ahead. I'm not taking that anymore.
Okay, so, you know, Glenn said it all, is having the belief and conviction, clarity of where we're going. I mean, if you guys really see into the future of where Herbalife is headed, looking at the past, everything that we've gone through. Do I need to unmute my phone?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So when you look at those where Herbalife is going, then there's you. It's the you factor, right? And so all you got to do is plug into the system, plug into what we're going to tell you what to do tonight. The simple basics is all you have to do, you guys. Whenever Glenn says that there's just only a dozen things you have to get really good at, right? So that's all we did, is we just listened to successful people, and they told us to do it over and over and over again. And these things, you guys, are so simple, but again, when it's so simple, we tend to complicate it as human beings, right? And so we don't want to do that. So whenever we really say use, wear, talk, that's really what we're doing here. And we go massive action is the key. Massive action whenever you're going into, you know, the reality of the people that want the bigger vision, that want huge success, that want to be able to quit their job and provide for their family, go on vacations and pay for their family to come on vacation. When you want that big vision, then you do it massively, and you just play full out, and you just do it over and over again, and just don't stop. You just keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and before you know it, momentum builds, and then you have this explosion. But when you have the explosion, that's when you work harder, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. So I just want to just touch base on that, because the supervisors that they're in Ketsa Global Expansion Team, Millionaire Team, 2,500 royalties for the pen. You guys are in momentum. That's when you pour it on. You keep going. You keep going. So going back to the basics, Glenn, go ahead. You can go ahead and start it into that. But I just want you guys to really understand that it's that simple. Really, all you got to do is just do it over and over again. We're not special. All we did was we followed successful people. We went to every single training possible, every conference call we plugged into. We took the products like crazy, still take the products like crazy, and we just do it over and over and over again. So nothing special. That's the magic to the business. And so, Glenn, go ahead and just go into your section.
No, very good, Monica. And I got a couple of texts here. Next time that you speak, make sure that you're unmuted on your phone, because I think there's a few people that aren't on video.
Okay.
And they couldn't hear you. So if y'all are just on the phone, I'm talking into my microphone right now into the phone. Y'all should be watching the video conference anyway, because we're online at nclnetworklive.com. We already sent out all the info on that, and I made the announcement at the beginning of the call. So the reason they couldn't hear you is because they're only on the conference, okay? So bottom line is, whenever we have supervisor video conferences, it'd be a good idea to watch the video. Just saying. That's just a little suggestion. Now, I know some people might have got stuck in traffic or whatever, so that's fine too. But I'm just telling you, Monica, next time, unmute your phone. That way they can hear you on the phone portion as well. And if you guys can get to your computer, go to nclnetworklive.com. go to the May SVFG Supervisor Focus Group tab at the top, click on that, and the password is supervisor in lowercase. I believe it's just supervisor, okay? It might be supervisor 2014, I'm not sure, I don't have it in front of me, but we sent out the message. Okay, let's get to the heart of the training. Enough with so don't anybody text me anymore. So here's the deal. Here's what y'all want to do. Here's where everything starts and ends, okay? Okay, y'all write notes feverishly. Write notes feverishly. Here's where everything starts and ends in the business, okay? Is your product commitment. Your product commitment. And just when I said don't text me again, somebody's texting me. Okay, guess what I'm going to do? See that right there? I'm going to throw it up there. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, product commitment. Product commitment. Okay? That's where everything begins and ends in this business. For 34 and a half years, Herbalife has been a product-driven company. Product commitment. Product-driven. Okay? We are not great salespeople. Matter of fact, I hate sales. Most of the people that I know in this business, and definitely some of the people that I've met in the beginning of this business, they definitely do not have the personality, you know, to be a salesperson, you know. But the products change you. The products give you a personality. The products give you enthusiasm. The products give you passion, right? So everything starts and ends with your product commitment, okay? And write this in your notes. This is an important one to remember. And this is an important one to teach, by the way, to your distributors, okay? To your downline. Your success in Herbalife, and get this verbatim, your success in Herbalife will be in direct proportion to your attitude, faith, belief, confidence, and conviction on the products. And I'll say it again so you can get it down. Your success in Herbalife will be in direct proportion to your attitude, faith, belief, confidence, and conviction on the products. One more time for you guys that are trying to write fast and want me to repeat it. I heard you. Your success in this business will be in direct proportion to your attitude, faith, belief, confidence, and conviction on the products. Say it over and over and over tonight until you can say it like I say it. Your success in Herbalife will be in direct proportion to your attitude, faith, belief, confidence, and conviction in the products. Okay? And you can't have a strong attitude, faith, belief, confidence, and conviction on the products if number one, you're not using the products, and number two, if you're not using much of the products, and number three, if you're not using the products consistently, right, then you can't have that strong belief. This is what gives you your base, man. This is what keeps you grounded and centered. This is what makes you a pillar of strength for your company. For your company. You're the CEO of your company. You're not just a distributor. You're not just a supervisor. Enrique Carrillo 5 years ago wasn't just a supervisor. He became the CEO of his own explosive company. And look at what's happened 5 years later, right? So, and by the way, write it in your notes. I know you wrote it in your notes on the kickoff call, but write it in your notes again, because you might have lost those notes already. You don't know where those notes are, right? But success leaves clues. Success leaves clues, right? So what do you always see and especially these days since we're in the social media world, right? Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. All you ever see is people beasting out on Facebook and Instagram. They're beasting out. They're showing the products. You know, I got my rebuild. You know, I just finished my rebuild strength right here. You know, took all my products at the gym. 3 scoops of prepare, 1 lift off, prolong, rebuild strength after I got home from the gym, rebuild strength and sport before I went to the gym, male factor pre-locks, all my tablets, joint support, everything. I take everything, right? I eat my dinner at night with a glass of Nightworks that big, 3 scoops of Nightworks with mango aloe. You know, it's unbelievable. So you got to use and abuse the products, okay? Even before the focus group, put some eye cream on down there so I look nice and young, right? Put some more lotion on so I got the daily glow going on. I mean, everything, the body lotion, everything from head to toe, you got to represent. You got to be a product of the product. And if you use the products like that, with that sense of sincerity and commitment, with that sense of dedication, then the money's going to chase you down. Bill Heron used to say that. The money will chase you down. Okay? So here's the deal. And let's just talk the obvious. Okay? Number one is Herbalife has always been a health and nutrition company, right? But of course, over the last few years, we've become a healthy, active lifestyle company as well, right? So it's almost like we're in the fitness industry now. Actually, it's not almost like. With all of our fit camps, we are in the fitness industry, right? I know we are because I'm out there doing the fit camps. You know, jogging, jumping jacks, everything, right? Boxing, everything. So that's on top of working out in the gym. So you have to use a lot of products to fuel you, and so you recover, right? But here's the situation. It's just like fit camp. A lot of people come to our fit camps at different fitness levels, right? Some people, they haven't done much fitness in their life, which is fine. For me, you know, fits me like a glove because I've been working out ever since I was 13 years old. I started lifting weights when I was 13. I stopped drinking any and all sorts of soft drinks. They call them sodas, I guess, but I call them soft drinks. You know, Dr. Peppers and Sprites and Cokes and all that stuff. When I was 15 years old, I stopped cold turkey, and I was addicted to Dr. Pepper and Skittles. That's what we grew up on, you know, young kid in, you know, 6th grade, 7th grade, Dr. Pepper, Skittles, Dr. Pepper, Skittles, 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 Dr. Pepper, sugar, sugar, sugar. You know, you don't know you're addicted to the sugar, but that's what's going on. When I was 15, after working out for a couple of years, because you start becoming very conscious about what you put in your body, it just made sense to me that stuff, I mean, all you got to do is look at it. Looks like poison, okay? It really doesn't look very good. If you look at what's in it, it looks like, you know, it's horrible. So, and it is poison, okay? Causes all sorts of bad things, diabetes and everything else. We won't go down that road, but the bottom line is the stuff's just not good for you. So this is kind of easy for me because I came to Herbalife and I was already working out 6 days a week. I was already eating pretty clean. I mean, I was 19 years old. I had already stopped eating red meat. Now, I do eat red meat today, but for a good 10 years, I stopped eating red meat. Hamburgers, steaks, all that. I'd only eat white meat, chicken, and whatever, right? So again, it was pretty easy for me to adopt the Herbalife philosophy, use the products, try my best to eat clean, live clean, all that good stuff. So I know, just like with Fit Camp, people come in as Herbalife distributors, you know, and Herbalife members, and they come in with different fitness levels. Some people, they need to lose 50 pounds, they might need to lose 70 pounds, they might need to lose 30 pounds, right? And so here's just what I want to share with you. First of all, that's okay. However you come to us is great. That's great. But what I want to say is Jim Rohn has a phrase that in business and in life, we have to see measurable progress in reasonable time. Write that down. Measurable progress in reasonable time. Okay? And that's what you want to see in your business. And by the way, that's what you want to see from your people. But you can't demand or expect, I should say expect instead of demand. You can expect to see certain things from your people that you're not willing to do. Right? So get this one in your notes. This is a monkey see, monkey do business. And you have to lead from the front. You got to lead from the front, right? So, Monica, come get some air over here. I just got done working out, guys, and my prepare and everything else is still in my body. I feel like I need to go do some more stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to really feel it here. So I need some air. So the bottom line is, you know, you got to work on your results. Let me just put it in a nutshell. Okay, measurable progress in reasonable time. If you come to the table, if you come to this business and you're a little bit overweight or you got bad lifestyle, eating habits, whatever, fine. It is what it is. But the good news is now you're in Herbalife, and now we're going to change that. And remember what we said a little bit earlier, that your success in Herbalife is in direct proportion to your attitude, faith, belief, and confidence in the products, right? So since that's true, then you got to look your best, right? So let's take, for example, that you need to lose 30 pounds or 50 pounds, okay? Is it, oh, let's say you just started 2 weeks ago, you need to lose 50 pounds. So let's just think about this for a minute. Is it okay that 9 months from now, you've only lost 5 pounds, but you say you're serious about the business? No, that's not okay. Because, see, that's not in alignment with what your goals are. If you need to make 5,000, 10,000 a month, you want to be serious about the business, whatever, but you're not serious about the products, then guess what? It's like a magnet that repels itself. That you turn two magnets and they repel themselves. It's not in alignment, right? So you want to track success. Because let me just tell you the obvious. Let me tell you something that you already know is, you know, I got eyes, other people got eyes, we got ears. So we notice. We live in a judgmental society. We notice what you're wearing. We notice if you got ketchup on your shirt. We noticed if your shirt's wrinkled or if it looks halfway decent, right? We noticed if you took a shower, you know, more than twice a week, right? We notice. Everybody notices. You notice other people, if they dress well, how they carry themselves, if they look fit or if they don't look fit, whatever. So since we're in a judgmental society, since we're dealing with people, since we're dealing with a business that you have to lead from the front, right? You got to represent, you got to be the inspiration, then that means that you got to work on yourself. Now, did I say if you need to lose 50 pounds that you got to do it in 5 days? No. Did I say you got to lose the 50 pounds in 30 days? No. But what I'm saying, I mean, my cousin lost 57 pounds and 9 inches off his waist in 2 months. So is it reasonable in Herbalife? I'll give you an extra month just for if you're already in a bad habit, right? So is it reasonable that you can lose 50 pounds in 90 days? It is. It is. And let me tell you why it is. Because we have the best, most life-changing weight loss and weight management and nutrition products on the face of the planet. That's why. Because the products. Because the products. All you got to do is use the products and use them correctly and start being conscious of what you're putting in your body, what you're not putting in your body. Be conscious of your fitness. And if you really, really, really understand that your attitude, faith, belief, confidence, and conviction on the products represents your success, it's in direct proportion to your paycheck. If you knew that you'd get paid $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, $20,000 a month for the rest of your life, and all you got to do is get that 50 pounds off in 3 or 4 months, would you do it? Absolutely. So see, this is what I'm talking about with clarity. You got to be clear. You got to be clear. If I do this, then I'm going to get this, right? Jim Rohn calls it the promise and the price. So when the promise is clear, the price is easy to pay, right? Price is easy to pay, okay? And now I know there might be at least one like, well, you don't understand my situation, Glenn, okay? No, I do. I understand the situation. Here's the situation. When the promise is clear, the price is easy. Because let me up the ante. Let's say you need to lose 50 pounds. Okay, you just got into the business 2 weeks ago. Got some bad habits with Dr. Peppers, no problem. You like to go out to dinner too much, no problem. Okay, but we're going to give you $1 million if you lose 50 pounds by the extravaganza. So that's like 2 months, 2 months, 65 days. Would you do it? $1 million in cash? Yeah, you would. You know how you do it? Who cares how you do it? You do it. You do it. It's called less calories. You'd probably go on a shake diet. You wouldn't even eat until the extravaganza. Why? Because the promise is clear. $1 million, right? So the way that I want y'all to approach this, because I see this habitually, people have habits and they don't do it. They don't take it seriously. Anybody that knows me, I talk about this all the time because this is #1. Mark Hughes, I've got a picture right on my wall up there. Mark Hughes, the perfect picture of health. He never came out overweight, you know, always looking good, all that stuff. So that's what we got to do, okay? And again, if you are overweight or if you need to trim off 10 pounds or if you've gotten a little bit lax in your stuff, guess what? It's summertime. You can't wear a coat anymore. Today a cold front came in, so I got a little jacket on here. well, I had this on. I didn't want to be like showing off, acting like I'm, all, pumped up and stuff like that. So I put my jacket on. Okay, but the bottom line is, guys, that's what we get paid for. We get paid to represent. We got to represent on the products. And if you've been in the business for a year, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you're overweight, not going to work. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And you, first of all, we can't change what happened yesterday. We can't change what happened last month. But the great thing about Herbalife, there's always a new day. You can do better today. You can start today, especially when things start getting, things get put in a way where, oh, you're like, that makes sense. Because some people get stuck in their business. They're stuck financially. They're stuck. Their business isn't growing, right? And they miss the very fundamental things. Mark Hughes always said, if you got a money-making problem, you got a product-taking problem. Write that in your notes. That's for Mark Hughes, not me. I just grew up, trained by Mark Hughes. I started getting trained by Mark Hughes when I was 19. I've seen him and heard him all over the world. Okay? So he says, if you got a money-making problem, you got a product-taking problem. He says, whenever you're not making enough money, go look in your tablet box. How many tabs did you take today? How many shakes did you take today? What's your fitness look like? Right? So, I like going to the gym, to work on my fitness. But I also know, not only do I like it, it makes me feel good, okay? But I also know that I got to represent, because it's part of what I get paid for in this business. So I make a direct, sometimes those days that I don't want to go, I'm like, no, I got to go, because my fit campers are counting on me to look tight and keep it right. I got to look good. I can't look flabby. I can't be a 49-year-old old man out there with a bunch of 20-year-olds that are outdoing me. No, I got to outdo them. I got to lead from the front. So we have to put a little bit of pressure on ourselves if we want to make a lot of money. Because trust me, making $1,000 a day, making $1,500 a day, making $500 a day, that's a lot of money. And so you gotta be worth that money, right? And it all starts with your product commitment and your faith and belief on the products. Give you one last thing, and then Monica, you can expand on this if you want. Since we're all like health coaches in Herbalife, I like to equate it kind of like a personal trainer. So if you went into the gym and you're going to pick a personal trainer, you got 3 people to pick from. You got the first one over here, Betty, and she's about 30 pounds overweight, got a little ketchup stain on her shirt, right? And then you got Jim over here. He's about 20 pounds overweight, just in his belly, though. No big deal. He thinks he looks great, but if he stands to the side of the mirror, there's kind of like that, that thing going on. He thinks he looks great. Little mustard stain down there, though. He didn't look in the mirror. Okay, he couldn't see it because it's on the underside part, right? Couldn't even see that down there. But then you got the other guy over there, Cristiano Ronaldo. Looks real good. He's got shirt abs, right? Shirt so tight, see all his abs. $70 an hour for a trainer. Who you gonna pick? Who you gonna pick? You're gonna pick the one that looks the best, right? So that's, guess what? As Herbalife distributors, as valuable, members of our community, as people that want to grow a serious business that will pay us for a lifetime, and for many of us, we want to build a financial wall around ourselves and our family, then guess what? You got to use the products like crazy. You got to be a product of the product. The product's got to be a lifestyle for you. That's just the bottom line, okay? And then you'll get paid handsomely. Monica, do you have anything on that?
Yes. Okay, I have both of them unmuted.
You're both unmuted. There you go.
Okay, yeah, so like Glenn says, being a product of the product, and this is really serious, you guys. At our club, we have mandatory Mondays, and we do that for a reason, because obviously the kids need to make money. We need to continuously make daily cash flow, because that's the story to share with someone. Hey, this is what I made today. Does this work? Of course it does. So we're on our group of people with mandatory Mondays, and this is not just for weight loss. This is also for weight gain or for maintaining your weight, because we've had people that came in, looked incredible, and then they go down the road of gaining the weight. So you have to have those uncomfortable conversations, because you think they would know that, hey, we're in the health and fitness, you got to look good and stuff like that. So this goes for everybody, not just for people that need to lose the weight. So I want to just clarify that. But, you guys also have to realize that when you're working in a nutrition club, your team members, depend on you. They depend on you to do the job. What's your job? That your job is to take the products and get a result. Okay, so because whatever they do, whatever result they get, you're going to be able to use their story so you can share with Mary Sue, who needs to lose 70 pounds just like Kim did. She lost 78 pounds within a year, first 30 days, 30 pounds, okay? So because of Kim, now the team can rely on Kim's story, and not only that, she's continually taking the products, working out, and she's just addicted to fitness, right? So we can rely on Kim. She's a team player, okay? Now let's say that Kim was not a team player. She still needed to lose her 70 pounds, and she's been in the business for 2 years, and she's only lost 5 pounds. Do you think that's an incredible story? No, it's a weak story, so we can't share that story to inspire Mary Sue. So I want you guys to understand it's not you. Yes, it's about you, but it's also about the team that you work with inside your nutrition club. So I know there's a lot of you guys that have team members, 10 to 12 sideline team members or downline members that need to lose the weight, or that need to gain the weight, or that just need to have a new story, whatever that is. So understand that you now are responsible for their business somewhat, you know, and when it comes to the story, okay, not so much to the activity of what they do. I just want you guys to get clear on that we rely on you. So, you know, just really get that to where you want to be able to use your story to inspire others. And also, when you get a new customer, what would be more exciting is that, you know, yes, you lost 50 pounds, whatever it is, your first 2 to 3 months, right? But you still need to lose another 50. And this comes from Mark Hughes, you guys. I mean, we're just sharing exactly what we learned from Mark Hughes. So, you know, if you need to lose the 50 and you have it, and the year's gone by and you still have the 50 that you need to lose, then you're going to have a money problem. And that's not what we are here for in Herbalife. We have the most incredible products on the face of the planet, and you take them twice a day, the shakes twice a day, tablets 3 times a day, drink your water, and you start losing weight like crazy, you guys. So it's real simple to make that shift in your head when you understand the promise of the future, and also that your team is relying on you, on your story. Okay? Whenever, I think sometimes, Glenn, people will do more for others than they will for themselves. Yeah. So if you're one of those persons like, oh, well, I don't know, because, you know, you're hung up with a bunch of whatever stories in your head and why you're not being consistent on your program, well, then think about doing it for your team members. Think about maybe doing it. Let's just say you have family. Whatever your case may be, do it for someone else, because you're going to be having better health. You're going to be more inspiring. You're going to be jacked up. You're going to be the person that everybody wants to be around because they see a difference in you. So you start like walking different, talking different, and people get excited. So I just really want you guys to pay attention to that and continue on that journey in Herbalife always, not just when you get to your weight goal, whatever that is, gain weight, lose weight, whatever it is, continue on something to where you're always having a new story, okay? So I just want you to really get that. So just, Glenn, I think that was pretty much it that I wanted to cover on that. It's just
very good.
Because we're relying on others in regard to clubs.
Hold on, let me unmute my phone here.
Okay,
good, I got my phone unmuted. Yeah, some of those other people were on their way home. Yeah, so I mean, that's it in a nutshell, guys. That's it in a nutshell. Dogs are getting excited. I mean, even our dogs, I bet you our dogs use more products than some of the distributors that we've had in the past. You know what I mean? Because you always know, okay? You always know. You can tell by when you're talking to someone on the phone, one of your distributors. You can tell when you see them in person. You can tell if they're on the products. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it in their, you know, in their just everything, their aura, their energy, the vibe that they put off, how responsive they are. Hey, can you do this for me? Here's what happens. Check this out. Hey, do you mind handing me that that thing right there? Hey, can you hand me a cup to the blender? And then they go, what? That ain't a person that's using the products, okay? When I go to the club, ask Adrian, ask Matthew, ask Tyler, anybody in the club. I'm over there washing my hands, and then somebody says, I need a blender. And then boom, I got a blender from Adrian, and it's already in the air. I'm sharp. I'm sharp. I can hear that. I can hear what's going on. I'm sharp because my brain is working on all cylinders. Okay, people that aren't using the products and using enough products and aren't consistent on the products and eating and living clean, then they're going to be sluggish with the brain and how quick they are to respond, etc. So anyway, enough on the products. I could talk for 2 hours on the products. Okay, but when you want to know how to make a lot of money, it starts and ends with your attitude, faith, belief, and confidence in the products. Okay? You want to make $1,000 a day, you want to get the president's team, then guess what? Okay? Oh, I almost jumped up and showed you my abs. I had to, you want to talk about discipline, I have to discipline myself, okay? Because I'm excited. I worked my abs hard tonight. Chest, triceps, abs, I did circuits, all that good stuff. So, you know, I'm taking this seriously. If I put a challenge out that we all got to look sexy for the extravaganza, then guess what? I got to lead the way. We all got to look sexy. Not out of being, not from ego. It's not about ego. It's what we get paid for. Our job is to inspire other people, okay? So anyway, again, I could talk for that for 2 hours. So let's get moving. We'll go 10 more minutes and get you guys off. Training and support. Very important, training and support. Obviously, tonight is part of our support system. And I want you guys to understand something. Me and Monica and Bob got to President's team from doing supervisor focus groups. We actually did a 4-week course. We did different ones. There were some night, and I did different groups because the groups were too big to do them together. So I would do a group of 20 supervisors over here, a group of 25 over here, group of, and I mean on the phone, you know, conference call. We didn't have video conferencing back then, but we do it on a conference call. And we do no, it wasn't a 4-week, it was a 6-week supervisor focus group. It was a curriculum that we would follow. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, every single day we did focus groups, and sometimes 2 a day. We did one in the afternoon, we did one in the evening. So sometimes we do 8 focus groups, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's how we got to the President's team. That's one of the ways that we got to the President's team, because it was an environment that we could all get together and we could keep everybody focused, teach people the stuff that they need to be taught, right? And see, a lot of you folks that are brand new, of course, you never got to be around Mark Hughes. So, number one, you should watch the videos that are all online on My Herbalife and get to know Mark Hughes, okay? And the next best thing, if you're working with us over here, guess what? Just about a good 70 or 80% of everything that we're ever going to tell you, it might not sound like Mark Hughes' voice, but it's what Mark Hughes taught us. So you're hearing, you know, second generation Mark Hughes, okay, from us. So very important with this stuff. So here's the deal. You want to, if you're a new supervisor, you want to set a goal for yourself, right? You want to set a goal. What is it that I want from the business? Because if you don't have a goal, then there's not like a direction to go. It's like I was telling some of the guys in the club the other day, and by the way, some people are by nature, if I say turn left, they say, no, I'm going to turn right. They just want to do the opposite. Just like if your parents told them something, then they going to do the opposite. And they know they're doing it, but they can't even stop themselves from doing it because they've been doing it their whole life. Any time their parents says, put that plate down now, you know, or don't do this now, or make sure you're home by 10 o'clock, and then they're home by 12 o'clock. Then they come home. They're always doing the opposite of what they've been told to do. And sometimes that runs deep in us because we were brought up doing that, and it's kind of a habit. And a lot of times people don't even realize they're doing it. But whenever in Herbalife we say, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to get on this conference call, I need you to go to the STS, I need you to use the products, I need you to lose some weight, I need you to take a shake, I need you to wash a blender, I need you to get on the kickoff call, I need you to get on the supervisor focus group, I need you to call your supervisors to get them on the focus group, I need you to sign up some new distributors, I need you to get some customers to get some cash flow, I need you to get on the kickoff call, I need you to get on the countdown call, I need you to get on the whatever call, right? I need you to get on the world team leadership call. No, I'm not going to do it, right? And you're like, why am I saying that, right? See, what I'm explaining to you, some people by nature, if I say turn left, they're automatically, their brain goes, I'm turning right, okay? So first of all, don't do that. That's the first thing, because that's called a self-imposed limitation. You're putting a self-imposed you know, obstacle in front of yourself, and the obstacle is yourself, your own ego and your own arrogance. And again, I'm going to give you this, not that you do it, but I'm going to give humans this, right? They don't even, a lot of people don't even realize they're doing it. The ones that do realize that they're doing it, they still can't stop. It's like a disease. It's like alcoholism. They know they're doing it. They know they're killing themselves with it, but they still can't stop. So it's almost like a I don't want to call it a disease, but you guys get the point. You know what I mean? They need like help. They need Dr. Phil or somebody. So the bottom line is, don't do that. Don't let your ego, pride, arrogance, or any of your previous bad habits that you might have in your life that you've carried with you in relationships or in life, don't bring that to the table. I mean, you know, I'm going to talk about alcoholism for a second, and AA, and by the way, y'all are going, why does he know so much about that, right? I'm not an alcoholic, never was, okay? But the bottom line is that they say the first step to recovery is like admitting that you got a problem, right? So, again, I'm just sharing a philosophy with you. If you're like that, then first of all, recognize that you're like that, because a lot of times you might hear something from somebody and it might trigger something, and it might sound like it goes back to your childhood when your parents used to say, do this, don't do that, and automatically it made you do the opposite. But just try to recognize those things, and please don't let that hinder you in your business, because when we talk about a half a dozen things or so, you know, training and support is boom. It's right up there with the products, okay? I would say it's second, okay? Or it's even, because if you go to training and support, you're always getting trained and supported, then inside of the training and support, they're always going to be talking about the importance of using the products, being a product of the product belief, and all that stuff. And by the way, if you hear it from someone else, if you hear it from Garen Jones, I know we got a lot of people from Dallas, from our club, going to see Garen Jones this weekend in Houston. You know, if you hear it from Garen Jones, he could say the same thing that I said. And then my people go to Houston and say, oh my God, Garen Jones said to use the products. And they're like, oh, we're going to get rich now. Oh, I can't believe it. We got the secret. We got to use the products. We got to be a product of the product. Oh my God, did you see his abs? Did you see his abs? Right? So when you hear it from someone else going to the training, you could hear the same darn thing that you heard from me, Monica, or any of you leaders, but they heard it from someone else, and they go, okay, I got it now. I got the secret. I got to use the products, right? So anyway, so it's right up there, the training and support. So you have to, if you want to have success in this business, and of course you do, or you wouldn't even be on my call tonight, or you wouldn't even be a supervisor, okay, then I got to take this off because I'm about to melt. I'm talking about using the product. I'm going to go do some push-ups here in a minute. Okay. So, oh, that feels better. So, so here's the bottom line. You got to also look at the training and support system. Okay, so let's look at a few things that you got to do. As a supervisor, here's one part of the training and support is being on this tonight, Supervisor Focus Group. There's number one. Number two, NCLtraining.com. Got to be on NCLtraining.com. Number three, NCL Facebook. That's our private Facebook page, right? So you got to be on that. Got to be checking it. That's where all the real-time info is. We post videos on there. We post inspiration on there. We post any news on there, real time. So you got to be on top of that. There's three things right off the bat. Those are three simple things. Okay? So Supervisor Focus Group, NCLtraining.com, NCLFacebook.com. That's our private Facebook page. What else? STSs, monthly STSs, once a month. Think about this. How many months are there in a year? There's 12 months in a year. Okay? If you knew, if we're going to sign a contract with you and you can get paid $250,000 a year, and all you got to do is go to 12 trainings a year, would you do it? You go, well, yeah, of course I would. Anybody would. Are you crazy? Right? Well, guess what? Why don't people go to trainings every single month? Because they're not clear that that's what's going to get them the $250,000 a year or more forever, for life, every year. Right? So you got to go to the trainings. It's success leaves clues. Whenever you go to the trainings, who do you see? All the successful people. All the successful people are there. They're always there. They go consistently. You see it on Facebook all the time. All the successful people continue to go to all the trainings. Do you know how many extravaganzas I've been to in 25 years? More than 25. Because some years I went to 2 extravaganzas in 1 year in different countries, right? So it's just part of the job responsibility. Think of it as a job responsibility. Think of it as this is what you get paid to do. You get paid to go to the trainings. You get paid to go learn from millionaires. Yes, you get paid. Because guess what? If you don't go, you don't get paid. If you don't go to the trainings, you're not going to learn how to build a business. You're not going to be inspired, and you're not going to be what we call plugged in. You're not going to have a pulse on what's going on in Herbalife, and you're just going to be in your little home, in your city, and whatever, just doing whatever it is that you do, and you're not going to be inspired and plugged in as a unit to Herbalife. See, when you're plugged into the system, then you'll be explosive. You'll be powerful. You'll be a Terminator. You'll be blinders on. You'll be like, signing up people. You'll be so attractive. You'll be building a big team. You'll be bringing your team. But guess what? If you're not going, then how are you going to bring a team? How are you going to bring a team somewhere that you're not going? It doesn't make sense, right? So you got to be plugged in, and you got to treat that like a job responsibility, training and support. So we've got our organizational support with the focus groups, with our conference calls. We only have really 2 main, for the whole organization. We've got a kickoff call and a countdown call. Those are the 2 most important calls of our month that you have to be on, and you have to get your downline on. You have to. It's a must. It's a must. And if you're not on, and if your downline isn't on, then please don't complain to yourself. Don't complain to yourself. Don't complain to your spouse. Don't complain to your sponsor. And please don't complain to me about that you ain't making no money. Because probably you're the same person. If you don't get on the conference calls, you're also the same person that didn't take a shake today. You know what I mean? There's just those little elements, guys. And I'm just, by the way, I'm not reading your mail if you're going, oh, geez, who told them, right? No, we don't know. I just know this stuff. After 25 years, we're all human beings. So, but I see this, the same people that if they miss the calls, it's a habit. And those are bad work habits. It's a bad mindset, bad work habit, bad ethic. And it's no wonder people don't move up the marketing plan. You want to get to the president's team? I'm telling you how to get to the president's team. Use the products like crazy. Get involved in the support system like crazy. Plug in like clockwork. Like you can count on me, clockwork. I'll be there. And you have to be your word, by the way. When you say you're going to do something, then by golly, you better do it, or we better find you in an accident alongside the road if you didn't make it. I'm just joking, okay, of course. But I'm saying you try your best whenever you make your word that I'm going to do something to show up. Because you don't want to be habitually the person that says, yeah, I'll be there, and then you're never there. Then what do people start thinking about you? Oh, yeah, they'll be there. Not, right? They never come. And, of course, if you never come, you'll never build a group. That is the bottom line. That's not how Garen Jones in 3 years got to $80,000 a month, okay, in 30K. Okay? So organizational support, extravaganzas, leadership development weekends, it's just part of your job, guys. It's part of your job. There's a system and there's a structure in place, and you got to go take advantage of it. And what I would put in your notes, about 5 minutes and we're done, I'd put in your notes that you have to exploit it. Exploit it. And by the way, you exploit the system and you also respect the structure in the system the same way that you respect Herbalife. Have a gratitude and respect that there's a system in place that you can exploit and that you can take advantage of, right? Guess what? Have respect and have gratitude that there's a focus group that you can plug all your new supervisors into. And all you got to do is kick back and write some notes and laugh at the jokes once in a while, and we're doing all the work for you. I mean, how easy is that to get rich? Until you develop up enough of strength in your check and enough leadership to where you're doing your own focus groups, right? Or you're doing your own STSs or whatever. I mean, how easy is that, okay? Jim Rohn says this, though. This is a simple business, but the problem with simple is it's also simple not to do. So don't mistake simple with being easy, okay? Because things that are simple are also simple not to do. And that's the mistake a lot of people make. So We got the organizational support, LDWs, extravaganzas, STSs every single month. Okay, we've got all the Mark Hughes stuff. I would study Mark Hughes and Jim Rohn if I were you like crazy. I would devour that information so you can get to know the heart of this company. Mark Hughes is the heart of this company. Watch his videos on myherbalife.com every single day until when I hear you, I'm going, I hear Mark Hughes. Okay? You know what people tell me whenever I do STSs? Every single, and by the way, this is not from a position of like ego or bragging. I'm just reporting the news. But every single STS that I've ever done, that I can ever remember for the last 20 years, somebody, and usually more than one, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, okay, they come up to me at the end of the STS and they says, man, when you were up there doing whatever and you were talking about this and you were talking about that, I closed my eyes and you know what I heard? Mark Hughes. Okay? You guys got to have, so that's got to be in you. And it's all available, but you just got to go invest the time into your personal development so you can learn the heartbeat of this company so you can be the heartbeat of your company with the Mark Hughes philosophy. Learn it from Mark Hughes, direct from Mark Hughes and Jim Rohn on the videos, okay? So we got all that stuff, company stuff, organizational stuff, and then we got all of our local stuff, you know, with your own nutrition clubs and stuff like that. Weight loss challenges, fit camps, your HOMs, your trainings and stuff like that. You just got to commit. You got to commit and you got to dedicate yourself dedicate for 36 months. 36 measly months. It's only 3 years. What else you got to do in 3 years? Last 3 years flew by. In 3 years, Garen Jones became a millionaire. In 3 years, and he was sleeping in his car on bubble wrap 3 years ago. 3 years became a millionaire. Style Bell in 2 years became a millionaire. Come on. 3 years, all you got to do is plug in. Isn't that worth it? Of course it's worth it. Okay? And like what Jim Rohn says, you either suffer the pain of discipline or you're going to suffer the pain of regret. Okay? Don't be coming 3 years from now and be regretful. Oh, I was on that focus group. All I had to do was use the products. All I had to do was go to that training. And then I just had to go to one more the next month, just one day out of the month. Okay? But I didn't do it. And now I'm broke and now I'm not driving the car I want to drive and living where I don't want to live. Y'all are so much better than that. You just got to respect it and have gratitude for what's been handed to you. In your lap, it's been handed to you. All you got to do is take as much out of it as you possibly want. Now, we've got less than 70 days to the extravaganza. I want every single person to commit to go to the extravaganza, number one. Number two, I want you to commit, get with your sponsor, get with your upline that you're going to, you have to have a certain amount of people that you're going to bring to the extravaganza. First line, 3 people, 5 people, 10 people. Get with your upline. I'm not going to go too much into that because we're already at 9:30, okay? So, Monica, is there anything on that you want to say to sum this up? I'm looking at the clock, and we need to get everybody off the line here. I want to keep this under an hour and 15.
I will just say extravaganza, you got your tickets. Register online for the welcome reception. That's ncltraining.com under upcoming events. Click on register here for the welcome, et cetera, et cetera. So just get that done so we can get a head count for our welcome reception. That's really what I'm looking for is a number for that.
No, exactly. Yeah, we're going to have that welcome reception. I said recession. Welcome reception, which is going to be huge. We're going to have the money payout. We got the big executive leadership dinner that we're having. All of you should have seen the promotional video. If you haven't watched the promotional video yet for the May cash promotions, make sure that you watch that and comment on it so we can send you your cash promotion. There's no reason why all of y'all shouldn't have your extravaganza completely paid for. You know, your trip, your tickets, your hotel, everything. We're giving away all the money to help you guys get there. So that is it. Let me recap. Product of the product, right? That's how we make money. Your success in Herbalife is directly related to your attitude, faith, belief, and confidence on the products, okay? The system. You got to plug in. Can't miss a conference call. We only do 2 a month. Give me a break. All you got to do is dial in a number and listen and take notes and have all your people on. How hard is that? You want to make 10 grand a month? Exploit the system. Exploit the company. Respect the company. Exploit everything that is available. And think about it as your job responsibility. And remember, when the promise is clear, the price is easy. if you are absolutely 100% clear that you'll be making $25,000 and $30,000 a month for the rest of your life after 36 months, and all you got to do is A, B, and C. I got to go to the training. I got to get on the kickoff call. Got to get on the conference call. I got to be on the supervisor focus group. By the way, I would use this as a tool. This is a great tool for you guys to get new supervisors. Think about that. You get new supervisors, and then you put them on our supervisor focus group video conference. Great way to build your business. Just saying. That's how we got to the president's team. So y'all can do the same thing. Even though we aren't doing 6 weeks, we're doing one main one for your organization, and I do some smaller ones from other teams that I'm working with. But y'all use these. So that is the bottom line. Exploit the system. Use the training and support from the company. Use the training and support from our organization. Watch the Mark Hughes stuff. Y'all just go watch the Mark Hughes videos tonight, and you never have to listen to me again. You will get to the president's team if you study Mark Hughes and then implement what he says. So I'm going to come back on the, I'm going to mute my thing here. Well, actually, I'm just going to talk on both here. Let me unmute you guys out there in conference call land. Okay, guys, are you there? I'm on the conference call now. All right. Did you guys get any value from tonight's focus group? Okay, who's got respect and gratitude and appreciation for the supervisor focus group? Awesome. Who's got respect and gratitude for Herbalife, for what it represents? Okay, how many of you guys are going to get to the president's team? Very good, very good. There's a lot of power, tremendous power in declaration and making a decision. You declare it, you decide that by golly I'm going to do it because it's important enough to you for all the reasons why. Your family, your kids, your community, your church, whatever it is. It can be 10 different things that are important to you, but if you're locked into that stuff, then that stuff is going to give you the drive and the desire, the burning flame in your stomach to get out of bed every single day and go out there and kick butt and take names. Guys, this is the time to build. This is the time to be in Herbalife. Respect it. Don't let this time pass you by. In 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years, we'll be looking back. You'll be wearing the diamonds, and trust me, just like Susan Peterson says, you will have amnesia. You'll have amnesia from any of the difficulty or any of the hard work that you had to do. When you get those diamonds, that President's Team fan, and you get that $30,000 a month check that's coming in, $1,000 a day, $1,000 a day, even on a Sunday, even when you're not even working, even when you're not in the gym. You're in the gym for 2 hours, and you just made $500. Whether you work or not, that's called President's Team income. Trust me, you'll have amnesia, and it will all be worth it. Can I get a witness?
Woo!
Yeah, very good. Well, listen, guys, we love y'all. Thank all of y'all for being on tonight and supporting this focus group. This video will be online by tomorrow, so if you had any supervisors that have to work second shift or something like that that missed it from a legitimate excuse, then we'll send out the message tomorrow and they can watch it online. So we love y'all. Say your names and cities with passion and excitement as we sign off tonight. We love y'all, guys. Thanks for being on. Bye. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.